Hi everyone, welcome to my happy spot this morning. As many of you know, one of my other loves, I just love to make altered books. I've taught it at a couple of our national festivals, and I just thought I would do some videos in between the quilting videos about my books. What I do like to do is use a hardcover book. It doesn't matter about the state. This one's awful, but it was all I could lay my hands on now. These Reader's Digest books are actually lovely to use. So that's what I'm going with today. Because of what I'm going to put inside the book, once I've prepared all the pages, I decided to remove pages in between. Now, in this case today, what I've decided to do, in between, you can see, in between pages, I have cut out. So I went right in there and I cut. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, you're going to glue the pages together. So I've cut that page away and taken a page out. And then, then I've not taken a page out between the next two pages. Between the next two pages, I've taken a page out. Again, not taken a page out. Butterfinger today. Between the next two pages, I've taken a page out. And like I say, simply by just getting in there with a pair of sharp scissors and cutting out. The next step, we are going to glue. Oh, before we go there, let me just mention something. Because I wanted just the script showing. I did actually further on allow a few photographs to stay in. But if there's something that I really don't want, like this was about the Nuremberg trials, really don't want these photographs in my book. So then I would gypper it, and if necessary, I would have cut that page out. So I would have cut out 2 pages to get rid of the photographs. It worked in this case because actually when I got here, this did happen to be where I was going to cut out. But if it wasn't, I would have definitely cut that out. And cutting out 1 or 2 pages, it really doesn't matter. The next step is to glue your pages together. And that's what I did here. I used this PVA glue, and I did water it down a bit. I don't know if mine is just thick because maybe it's been standing a while, you know, it's locked down and I haven't really done any shopping for supplies, and I keep a big supply of it anyway. I found it was a little bit thick, so I watered it down slightly. And I glued my 2 pages together. What I did was, as I haven't got very far, I've only done those, I put nappy liners in between. And they come in big quantities too, and they're not expensive. And they really do work. So I would take, in this case, 2 nappy liners. And as I glued my pages together, to stop them sticking, I would put nappy liners. And the lovely thing is they are reusable. So put 2 nappy liners together, turn over and glue the next 2 pages. 2 nappy liners, and I went on and I left them to dry like that with the nappy liners in. Another thing I like to do is I like to, when I'm preparing my pages, I like to work from the back. It's far easier because of the way the book lies. It tends to want to be on the back. So I work from the back up, much easier. And that is the first part of my preparation. Let me just also say, after they dried, they were a bit the pages were a bit crinkly because of the nature of the paper in this book. That doesn't bother me, but what I did do is I ironed them. I quite like that crinkly bit, but I did iron them. And when I've totally finished the book, while I'm working on the things that are going to go into the book, I would actually just close the book, some heavy weights on, and leave it to sit, and it will come up beautifully flat. This is just one of the ways that I use to prepare my books. I'm going to share this method with you today, and as we go along, I will obviously in future videos share other ways of preparing the book. It depends what you're going to use it for. I have a very specific thing in mind. If you'd like to go with me on this, it would be wonderful. If not, even if you do the book, you could use it as a recipe book, as an art journal, diary, photograph album. It really doesn't matter. But I do have a purpose in mind for this book. So let me just go on to the next step. Because of that, what I'm going to do in this book involves keeping these pages. If you'd like to, like I say, go with me on this, then take your pages and set them aside. The next step, you could leave, once your pages are all glued together, you could actually just leave them like the book as it is. But I think I'm going to finish my pages off. I happen to decide, I'm going to share 3 possible methods with you today. There are others, but I'm going to share 3 of them today, and then I will decide as I've got to just think about it a bit longer. Right, the first one, I've made up what is basically a very weak gesso solution, I suppose. I wanted the print still to show through. So what I did was I bought crack filler and made up a very small amount, probably, at a guess, probably up to like halfway up to that line there was crack filler, quite thick. Then I added maybe 2 teaspoons of this white PVA glue, and then I filled it up with PVA paint, acrylic paint, and gave it a really good shake, and it's been sitting overnight, and it's wonderful. And then I added water, because like I said, I still wanted to be able to see the print. So it's a kind of trial thing with this. Very easy to mix, very easy to use. So that's the one possibility. The second possibility would be to take just craft paints, acrylic paints, and water them down and paint them onto the pages. Now, I went with the blue. I think if I did choose to use this method, I would water mine down a lot more and have a paler effect. I just think that would suit my purpose more, but obviously it's your decision. But watered down paint works beautifully as well. The last one, that I might consider for this book is using old dress patterns, out-of-date dress patterns, and gluing them with, again, watered down PVA glue. If you use the glue straight out the bottle, it's way too thick and you'll have a problem. Just watered down PVA glue, and I would stick dress patterns onto the pages. What I could do, I could actually, I guess, use all 3, but that decision hasn't been made yet. I have then going to take my pages and do something on them, but I'm not going to tell you what today. You need to just trust me in the process. So I hope you've join me and we have some lockdown fun together. Remember, if you'd like to get notifications of future videos, you need to like and subscribe, please.